Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Spinner Rack. It is Marz, the Peacemaker. I'm here with my boy Cal, and we are here to talk about what the goody goo is going on with DC Warner Brothers. Like, they want to scratch out Henry Cavill from the DCEU. Is it crazy?
Ready to rock!
Sorry about that, Cal. It's like, what do you think, man? Cal, what's your take on this whole story? Because besides the madness.
We talked about this before, and these guys want to move on from Snyder. They want to move on. And unfortunately for Henry Cavill and for Superman, that is the thing he had most of his claws into, was the Superman stuff. So, they don't want to do it. And then the only thing I heard that they offered Henry Cavill was to come and be like Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury, where he was going to come and make these cameos in films. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, I don't want to go from being a leading, leading man actor, or a co-star, and now I'm just coming over here doing these cameos. I don't want to do that. So that's what he's telling them. That's what he's not doing. And so that's why you're not seeing him. But the guys who are so obsessed with this dude, they need to wake up and say, look, this dude is going to move on. He's got Witcher. You saw he did a really good turn to Mission Impossible. It's a good chance he gets tapped to be the next James Bond. He's moving on. You guys need to do the same.
I kind of think no. I think the opposite. I think that Cable is still interested in doing this stuff. I think he's made it clear quite a few times that Superman is one of his as a character that's dear to his heart. If we can get the opportunity to do the type of show that he would like to do, and I think the problem has always been is that DC's like, well, you were part of the Snyderverse. We're not bringing you back. It is a wrap, But they're bringing back people like Ezra Miller. They're bringing back Momoa was popular. So was Wonder Woman. So you kind of understand that. And I think Cavill is popular too. I mean, people still identify him as Superman. If you ask anybody who's Superman, he's the dude. Even though we have others, we're not playing. The guy who's on TV, I can't pronounce his name. What's his name, Mom?
That's like me saying Christopher Reeve is the dude for Superman. I may have a great opinion.
I'm saying
now. No. I could say that. I could say that now. I could say nobody but Christopher Reeve will ever be this. So those people who went and their first interaction with Superman and their first connection with Superman was Man of Steel, and they liked it, and they really want to see more of it. These are those same people who are into the whole Snyderverse, and they want to see more, and they never want to hear that it's going away. But it's going away.
I'm not disagreeing whether it's going away or not, but I'm saying there's a character such as this dude, Henry Cavill, who's very popular and who's identified with this particular character. I think it would be a shame to have him not do it. At least one or two movies. Probably see what he wants. I think he said he wants a more. I think he said he wants a more conventional Superman, not someone who was hitting all the different, pushed all the different buttons. The Superman that we saw in the Snyderverse. And I say, give him the opportunity. We see he has the chops to do a good job, and Warner Brothers just doesn't want to try. We understand why Warner
Because
Brothers,
you had your shot. It wasn't his shot.
It was Snyder.
No. That unfortunately, his shot was attached to Snyder. Okay, his shot was attached to Snyder. That's like, look, you were part of that team. You had your shot, and unfortunately, it didn't. It just didn't work out. Snyder had a lot of criticism. He had a lot of criticism from Man of Steel, and he could have recalibrated. He decided, no, I'm going to double down. I'm going to do it my way, and he did with Batman v Superman. And he got more criticism from that, and decided, no, I'm still going to do it my way. And when you look at the finished product, his Justice League, he hadn't made any changes to Superman whatsoever. So if I'm here looking at this, I'm like, we can't use this guy. This guy is toxic. The only people who like him are these hardcore fans. We need somebody who's going to appeal to everyone. Okay, it's the same thing. If Snyder decided, well, I'm going to change the Superman S and turn that into like a nuclear bomb, emblem on it, and certain people are like, I don't understand. Why is it no? That's too. I don't want people to think about this. I want people to see the S, think Superman, and that's it. I got their butts in the seats. I got the money. Now, God willing, they hope for they're entertained by the story. This guy, unfortunately, you had your shot. You didn't make it. Time to move on.
Using that logic, then Ezra Miller shouldn't be showing up because the Snyderverse is done. They shouldn't be doing a Flash movie. Using that logic.
Oh, no. Ezra Miller's showing up because that movie's the transition movie to something else. So that's the close. That's going to be. We need that because that's like the bookend. That closes the door. That closes the door on Snyder.
Right. Wonder Woman, stop. You don't need to do that anymore. Using that logic, you need to stop using the Aquaman because they were all part of the Snyderverse, right?
No, Aquaman's different. Aquaman did appear with the Snyder, that first film has nothing to do with him. It has nothing to do with him. That was independent of him. Okay.
I
And the whole
know
thing with,
they have him
yeah,
down as a producer. They have him down as
no. You can produce him credit, and he gets on a whole bunch of stuff. He was like, that's just that. His name is going to be on a whole bunch of it. So supposedly Justice League that went to the theaters. No, that wasn't it, and wasn't mostly my film, but he's got a producer name on that too. So forget about the whole thing there. But the real stuff, the Aquaman film had next to nothing to do with him at the end of the day. The guy made a whole bunch of changes, decided to go this route with it. That was not, Snyder's influence on that was non-existent. Now, I don't know how much it was with Wonder Woman 1980. I don't know how much it was with 1980 Wonder Woman 1984. Okay, I really don't know how much it was with 1984, but with Aquaman, no problem. And hey, I'll agree with you. At this point, do we really need to see another Wonder Woman film when we know that we're going to be retooling? But people like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman made some money. I guess we'll see one more, and they'll close the door on that one too.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of disagree with you because I mean, these were characters that he had to be part of because they were going to be part of his whole movie, the Justice League. So I don't think by saying, "Oh no, they're not part of it." Yes, he was involved in it. Probably because they had their own movies. I mean, just like Batman, just because they were going to have their own movies, they were not his. No, he's intimately connected with all of those, all the stuff. If there's one thing we see with Snyder, and definitely when you saw his movies, is that all these characters, his vision of the world and how they look and how they interact in that world, is a very different one that we would normally explain. A much darker world. So I kind of totally disagree with you on that concept there. It
You
definitely
kind of totally disagree, or you
James
totally
Gunn. He
disagree?
was
Which one is
James
it?
Gunn. Yeah, he was definitely involved in these characters. So I say, hey, give him the opportunity to show. I would love to see Superman and Black Adam. I would love to see Superman and Wonder Woman once again. I like to see his version of what he thinks is
And you will see Superman and Black Adam. It just won't be Henry Cavill. It won't be that. It won't be him.
yeah. So I just think you're missing out. If it's the cost, I can see that. Probably he's just where he
It's not the cost. Like I said, they had their shot with that iteration of Superman. They don't want to do that anymore. Okay, they're getting away from it. All right, they're bringing back. What is it? They're bringing back Ben Affleck as Batman because they're like, look, we're closing the door on this. Would you please come back? All right, I'll come back. But Ben Affleck is in good with Warner Brothers. He knows he's going to get a chance to direct. He's fine. All right. Ezra, they had on the contract, but they say, look, we got this film. This is pretty much going to open up some doors and closes some doors, that type of stuff. He's like, all right, I'll play along. No problem. No big deal. All right. Henry Cavill is like, no, I want to do a Superman film. They're like, no, we don't want to do that. Yeah, we want to do that. The Snyder stuff, we're trying to get away from it. You got a new, again, you got a new guy there who's in charge. And with the exception of Aquaman, he's only been able to get that film out. Everything else is stuff that was coming down the pike from Snyder. Snyder himself has moved on. He's doing that. He's doing all the zombie, bank heist films over there for Netflix, and people are still talking about, no, we want to do Henry Cavill. Like, no, those two guys are linked, and they already said, no, we're trying to get away from this, so you can't have it both ways. And unfortunately, that is Snyder's Superman. Not Superman, but Snyder's Superman.
Nah,
Sad but true.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that. So I mean, going forward, who do you think? All I say is that when I think Superman, I don't think Brandon Routh. I don't think Hochlin, I think his name is. I think Henry Cavill. Of the recent, I'm not talking about the past.
That's because you don't like Superman, and then the
I like
Snyder
Superman.
films.
He opposed it.
No, you don't like
I like
Superman, and in the
Superman.
Snyder films, in the Snyder films, that's the closest Superman has ever acted like a villain. So you're up for that.
Nope, never said that. That's
you don't like the other guys because they have they have a greater morality. Okay,
No.
but you want that villain, you want that thuggish villain that Cable was able to effectuate, and so that's why you like him. I understand. Hey, look, I get it. We've had this conversation before. Who's your favorite Star Wars character? Darth Vader. Okay, who's your favorite Marvel? Who's your favorite Marvel character? Thanos. Who's your favorite DC character? Lex Luthor or the Joker or somebody. I get it.
None of those. You're totally off based on that, and I'm not even going to repeat who my favorites are, but because they.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doctor Doom. I made a mistake. Doctor Doom.
I'm not even going to take that bait there. Not going to take it. But hey, we hope that they do something because they got to bring something out, and I hope they definitely bring Superman the best they possibly can. So hey, Spinnerack
Out.
out.
Yeah, that sounded like you really. Yeah, I hope they bring